Hey girl, welcome to my channel or back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Mahogany and this channel is for the people who are trying to elevate. On this channel, I give tips on becoming the best version of yourself, how to elevate, soft power, and just general girl talk. If there's ever a topic or situation that you want me to talk about, feel free to drop it in the comments. I am more than happy to expand on different situations or topics because this channel is a channel for you to feel seen, feel heard, a place where you can relate to. This channel is for you. In my last video, I gave you the official guide to becoming the best version of yourself. But how can you become the best version of yourself if you're misaligned? Let me elaborate. Have you ever been in a situation or a cycle where you're doing everything right? I mean, you have a routine, you have goals, you're checking things off your to-do list, but something still feels off. You're in a cycle where you feel stuck, where you feel burnt out, and no matter what you do, you are not feeling fulfilled. If you've ever caught yourself in that cycle, if you're currently going through that cycle, I'm here to tell you, you're not lazy, you're not lacking discipline, you may just be misaligned. When you're misaligned, you can have the most perfect routine, you can be checking things off your to-do list, you can have it all figured out, but still not feel anything. There is no amount of work that you can put in to make yourself happy if you're misaligned. If what you're doing doesn't match your values, the things that you want out of life and for yourself, you will never feel fulfilled. And in those situations, hustling harder isn't the answer. At a young age, it is embedded in our brains that productivity means you're succeeding or you're doing well or you're working towards an end goal. That is not always the case. And as we get older, we see that society rewards people who are more productive. For example, the employees who work long hours, they get the promotions, they get the raises, they get the higher pay. In a social setting, being busy or being overly productive is praised. People who are busier or more productive are viewed as people who are more important. And productivity gives people a sense of purpose. When you don't have a real purpose, you will look for anything to give you purpose. It could be a job, it could be your kids, it could be your family, it could be a husband. If you had nothing else, what would make you happy? What would make you feel fulfilled? What is something that you want to do that you can look back on and genuinely be happy about? And if you are unsure about the things that you're doing in life, if it actually gives you purpose and makes you feel good, ask yourself these questions. Is what I'm doing meaningful to me in some way, shape, or form? Does this fit who I am? And do I feel happy and at peace doing these things? If the answer is no, then you're misaligned. When someone is misaligned, it is so common for them to feel burnt out. They're constantly living in survival mode on autopilot. They're not thinking about the next thing they're doing. They're just living their day how they feel like they should live it, not how they want to live it, not in a way that will make them fulfilled. And although these people know they're not happy, they're too afraid to stop their routine, but that causes more exhaustion. When you are constantly fighting to keep going and keep going, knowing that it's not going to take you anywhere, that is exhausting. Not only is it physically exhausting, it is mentally exhausting. You need to have an end goal. You need to be doing things that make you feel good. You need to be doing things that make you happy, despite of whatever else is going on around you. And let me tell you how you can start choosing a life that aligns to you. Check in with yourself to see if you feel happy, if something needs to change. Start noticing what drains you and what energizes you. If it's a friendship, if it's a job, if it's something in your routine that drains you, you need to get rid of it. Focus more on the things that energize you and bring you happiness and bring you peace, stuff that makes you feel rejuvenated. And reassess your goals, your routine, and what success looks like to you. Success looks so different from everyone. Your success does not need to look like the next person's success. Whatever success looks like to you, you need to make sure that you're aligning your life in a way that is going to allow you to achieve those goals that you have for yourself, for you to be successful. And when you're making these goals, make sure that they are goals that are authentic to you, not goals that you think you should have because society. We all know what I'm talking about. Marriage, kids. If that is not what success looks like to you, don't force it. When you become more aligned to the life that you want for yourself, you will regain energy without having to force it. The world around you will feel clearer and lighter and happier. And it'll become easier for you to make decisions about your life. You'll stop fighting yourself about where your life is headed because you'll have clarity and you'll know the things you need to do to get to where you want to be. And productivity will become rewarding instead of exhausting. You'll feel excited and you'll feel good about checking things off your to-do list. When you're in alignment, life makes so much more sense. So if you're someone who is feeling stuck in life, but you feel like you're always on the go and you don't have time for yourself, you are not failing, you're just misaligned. And yes, productivity is very important and extremely meaningful, but only when you're in alignment. These are some signs that you are misaligned. If you're constantly exhausted, but you have a productive routine, If you're feeling disconnected from your goals, if you're doing things because you feel like you should, not because you actually want to, you have resentment towards your daily life and routine, and if you want different from what you currently have. Since I gave you signs on how to know if you're misaligned, let's talk about how you know if you are aligned to your goals. Your actions will match the needs in the season that you're in. For example, if you value being fit and going to the gym, you'll be eating clean, you'll be working out, you'll be going to bed early. That's how you know your actions are matching your needs. If your actions are supporting the needs in the season that you're in, you know that you're aligned. Also, how you feel internally, disregarding how you look externally. How you truly feel. Do you feel motivated? Do you feel like you're being disciplined? Do you feel like you can keep going? And also, being in alignment brings peace, it brings clarity, and it also gives you a sense of purpose. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be the first one to know when my next video drops. Also, check out my YouTube shorts where I give tips and encouraging words to women just like you.